The Look Alive podcast is sponsored by Sonic.
This is the Look Alive podcast. I am Alex Glaze. Once again, we are not at the 11 Alive studios this week. Coming to you from my apartment in Buckhead as we all just continue to stay at home and ride out the coronavirus. I'm a backwards hat guy today because my hair is getting kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna keep it real with you for a second. We're at the point in quarantine where I think a lot of people, mostly males, are having to decide what they're going to do about their hair. Are they going to ride it out and let it grow? Are they going to put the clippers to their own head? Or are they going to have someone else put the clippers to their head? Now, me personally, I've put the clippers to my head before. It has never gone well for me, so I will not be doing that. I won't be doing that this time because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm at the point right now where there's no guarantee that my hair is growing back if we get a bad cut. So I'm not gonna be doing that. But I do have friends who have made decisions and they're on both ends of the spectrum. So I have my friend Chris, one of my best friends. He had his girlfriend, Stephanie, cut his hair the other day. And it didn't look bad. So shout out to Steph for holding Scoon down, getting him nice and tight on the sides, you know. She held him down. But then I have my friend Dino, who was on the other end of the spectrum. If you are listening and you're coming from Maryland, or you're a fan of the ACC, Dino Gregory used to play basketball at the University of Maryland. He had his wife put the clippers to his head the other day, and it didn't go too well. Didn't go too well. Wouldn't send a picture to the group chat. Wise for him not to send a picture to the group chat, because anyone who's involved with friends and have a group chat, and if you're anything like my friends, that picture can come back to haunt you days, months, years down the road. So he was wise not to give us any photo evidence of this haircut, but apparently it's not great. And yeah, so guys are having to make tough decisions out here with the hair stuff. So I think everyone's going to be coming out of this quarantine looking kind of rough, whether you cut your own hair, got someone else to cut your hair, or you riding it out. Everyone's going to be looking kind of rough. The other thing, too, it's not just about the hair on your head. It's the beards. Because I'm going to be real with you. I've had this beard for a little bit now. My brother can't grow a beard. Couldn't never get it to connect. I FaceTimed him the other day. All of a sudden, this man's got a tougher beard than me. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of hating it. Because the beard is like one of the few things I had over him. It's my younger brother. He's taller than me. He's not stronger than me. I don't know if he's faster than me. I don't know. We can settle that some other time. But the one thing I had on him was the beard. He couldn't grow the beard. I had the beard. But now he's got the beard. So what do I have? I don't know. A guy that doesn't have to worry about the beard or somebody putting the clippers to his head is Brad Guzan. He's Atlanta United's goalkeeper. I spoke with him. He is going to be on this week's podcast. We talked about a lot of stuff. These are really tough times for everybody. But Brad staying fit, staying with his family. We talked about retirement. We talked about the MLS Cup trophy making its way to Magic City a couple years ago. Tried to get that story out of him. And also hear his Mount Rushmore of Atlanta United players. Really interesting conversation there with Brad. So I'm not going to talk too much longer. Let's just get right to it. Brad Guzan, goalkeeper for Atlanta United. All right, Brad. So obviously we're all, held up in quarantine. How you holding up with the family?
Yeah, we're doing all right. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's safe. So that part's the most important. And we're just trying to make the best of the situation. Everyone's in a bit of a tricky spot in terms of being stuck to our homes and apartments and whatnot, and it is what it is. We've got to make sure we do this to stick together and make sure that everyone is safe around us.
Yeah, you got some friends across the pond. Have you been able to check in with them and make sure everything's all right over there?
Yeah, everyone over there. We've spoken to some friends and whatnot, and they're doing good. And yeah, it's like I said, it's uncharted waters for the entire world, and so we're trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, and for you, I mean, athletes are just, you guys are such creatures of habit. So how much is this throwing you off? You're probably not used to having this much family time, this much time around the house this time of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's certainly it's an added bonus to be able to spend some more time with the kids and with my wife and whatnot. But at the same time, you start to go a little bit stir crazy just because this isn't part of our normal routine. This isn't what we're used to. We're used to waking up and for me, I would take my son to school and would drop him off, and then I'd be off to the training ground and I would spend the next 5-6 hours there, sort of thing. And now that certainly has changed.
You're also a guy that's a little up there in age. So is this kind of giving you a little preview of what retirement might be like?
Yeah, well, hopefully that's not anytime soon, but
okay.
But certainly, as you get up there and you've been around for a few years, you see something like this and you realize that once retirement does come around, that at least for me, I'm going to have to find something rather quickly to be able to keep me busy and make sure I'm staying active and doing something.
I was trying to figure out how to throw the R word out there, but I just figured it'd just be better just to rip the Band-Aid off and just get right into it. Not anywhere near it. Not anywhere in your thought process.
No, not at all.
All right. So, I mean, for you guys, obviously, not able to train, not able to meet as a team. What kind of things is it? Zoom meetings? I mean, like I can work from home. You guys, I mean, I guess you can get on the bike. You can do some things. What does work from home look like for you?
Yeah, you just try to keep yourself fit as possible, and our fitness coaches have done a good job of sending programs over to the guys and making sure that we have everything we need as much as we can. And so they did. They went around to all the guys' houses and whatnot. This is probably 2-3 weeks ago now, where they dropped off stationary bikes so that guys have that. Obviously, you can get outside go for a run around the neighborhood, making sure we're keeping our distance from others and whatnot, and just doing a lot of body weight stuff. A lot of guys don't have gym equipment in their house and whatnot, and you just have to make do and like I said, make the best of the situation. So that part in terms of staying fit, staying active, and then also having conversations with the coaching staff and our goalkeeping coaches sent us clips of training, of games, and then we have discussions about those clips to see how we can get better as an individual and from a tactical standpoint as well.
Yeah, we were talking with Kirby Smart the other day, and he was talking about how spring ball's canceled for them. They're doing pretty much like a virtual spring. Is that kind of what you guys are doing too? Is it Zoom meetings? Is it going over? How does that work for you guys?
Yeah, it's more of. I mean, at the minute, it's more of them sending us clips and video and footage, like I said, of either training, of individual trainings, team trainings, but then also games and us going over those, and then coming back together and talking about those and discussing certain plays, talking about what we're seeing from the back of the behind the defenders and what we're seeing as goalkeepers, and so that part's been good.
Who are your guys on the team? Like you got some everyone's your friend, but who are you closest with on the team?
I think when you look at something like that, you naturally, especially being 35, you gravitate towards some of the older heads, and so there's not too many of us around anymore.
Jeff's an older guy.
I didn't want to say it, but obviously someone like Jeff, I've spoken to him quite a few times. Alec, a fellow goalkeeper. So I mean, these younger guys, they're into a whole new different world of what I'm used to and what I'm what I'm doing with my spare time. So not that we don't get along, it's a good group.
Well, I was just saying that to say, how's everyone doing? Because you're checking in with guys, you're seeing how are people doing?
Yeah, everyone's holding up as best they can. And, I've spoken to Joseph a couple times, and so he's doing well. And so yeah, it's one of those situations where everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and there's not much to do. And so it's how are you? Yeah, we're good. All right. Yeah, and the extent of the conversation doesn't go too long, just because nobody's doing anything. We're literally sitting in our houses trying to pass the time and, like I said, make the most of it.
Well, you have kids. Are your kids school age? Are they doing virtual learning and that stuff? So are you homeschooling? Are you playing teacher?
We're doing it a little bit. Our oldest is in kind of preschool, and so
okay.
He just had his 5th birthday yesterday, so he's in preschool. So he's not doing like full-on schoolwork, but he's got worksheets.
So what's that? Is that getting him in a routine? Is that what that's all about?
Yeah, just keeping them busy, learning, letters, numbers, addition, subtraction, stuff like that. So, that part's been good, and our daughter, she's been great with it. Luckily, the weather's been nice, and so we're able to spend a lot of time outside.
All right, and you wanted to talk about how there's not much to do in the sports world. I don't know if you know, but there's not really much going on too. So a lot of discussions have been surrounded by brackets and Mount Rushmore. So I'm going to throw this out to you now. Atlanta United, Mount Rushmore, go.
I saw this on Twitter the other day. I'll say Joseph. I'll say Miguel. I'll say Tata.
No, you're not going to get out by putting Tata.
And I will say Parker's. There were no rules to this.
Come on! You knew where I was headed.
All good.
Oh my gosh! You escaped. You escaped by putting the non-player in there. If there were 4 players, who would be that 4th player?
Let's see. I would probably have to say.
You're thinking too hard about this.
I know.
You're thinking too hard about this.
That's because we've got.
Why are you working so hard to put someone other than yourself at that 4th spot?
Because it's not about me. Listen. These guys go out and they make my job easy. So, I don't know if I can throw a 4th out there, just because there's so many other guys that are deserving of having a spot like that. I mean, listen, It's not about 4 guys and whatnot. When I name those guys, you look at what they've done for the club and from the beginning, their appreciation from a fan level, from a supporters group level, and I mean it's synonymous with that. And so to be able to share the field in the locker room with these guys, it's an honor. So. I don't know if I can put a 4th guy in there, so I'm gonna plead the 5th.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put a 4th guy in there. It's you. All right. I'm gonna put you in there.
Right, then.
I can put you in there. You might not have to do it, but I'm gonna put you in there.
I appreciate it.
All right. So, eventually we'll get back to this thing, right? Sports will return. What do you think that looks like? I mean, we've heard from MLS. They want to get in as many games as possible. They want to get the 34 games in. Fans, a uniquely important aspect to the MLS experience, especially with Atlanta United. How do you think you guys could play with no fans? Could you see that being a viable option for you guys?
It wouldn't be the same. I mean, listen, fans make sports. So regardless if it's Major League Soccer, if it's specific to Atlanta United, fans make sports. You need fans. It takes away from the atmosphere for the players. It takes away from the environment of what you're actually doing and competing in a real game. And you need fans. You need fans.
What would that feel? Would it just feel like training camp if there's no fans? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, similar to a friendly during preseason, and it obviously would carry more weight, but it wouldn't have the same feeling to a game that it normally would and that it should have.
What game was that last year? You were in the stands when there were no fans. Was that a CONCACAF game at Kennesaw?
It was, yeah. No, it was an Open Cup.
Open Cup, right.
Of against Charleston. Yeah, and
I'll tell you what I learned in that game. I did not realize how much shit you guys talk during games. Listen, basketball players, football players, I hear it. I know. I was not aware soccer players get down like that.
Yeah, it certainly can get a bit feisty out there, and I think that's probably one of the other added benefits of having a full stadium is nobody knows.
No. It was great. It was great to hear that stuff. I really enjoyed it.
For sure.
All right. So when do you think all this ends? When this does end, are you guys going to be ready to go in weeks, months? Because there's going to have to be that adjustment period. How much do you think is the safe amount of time once you guys get back to have that camp and then get back into the swing of things?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact time period. I would think it would be a few weeks. Whether that's 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I can't see it being ultra long, just because at this point the timing would become an issue if they are truly looking to get every game in during the season or from the season. So timing would become an issue, but at the same time, you want the safety and health of the players to make sure that's paramount, and from a safety standpoint, making sure guys are close enough to full fitness and ready to play 90-minute games, especially if they're going to cram games in and you'll be playing midweek. Guys have to be fit, otherwise you're going to see muscle injuries and guys go down with little things like that potentially are harmful for individuals and in the long run, and ultimately takes away from the quality of the product that's on the field. And so I don't know exact number. I'm sure there will be a training, some sort of training camp that allows each team an amount of time to prepare to get back into the swing of things.
All right, this is my fault because I'm new to this whole podcast thing. I should have followed up the Mount Rushmore discussion as you brought up Michael Parkhurst with, you got to give me the Magic City story. Give me the story, because I know he was the ringleader of all that, right? He was the guy that took the trophy there. I mean, that's such an Atlanta moment. Can you just take me through how all that happened?
Because one, I wasn't there.
Oh, come on, you've heard about it though.
I was not there, and two, if I was there, I would not be telling that story on a podcast. So, we were all having a good night. At some point, I'd called it the end of the evening. Lo and behold, we wake up the next morning and you see it.
The video's out. It's awesome. It's perfect.
Blasted all over TMZ and all over the internet, and at that point, the group chat started to go a little bit crazy.
Oh my gosh! All right. Well, what is there going to be another championship in this city from another team, or is Atlanta United going to have to bring home a second cup for you guys? Because I don't think you guys get enough respect in this city for that cup. Do you feel that too?
No, listen, the fans and the supporters and the city have been absolutely tremendous towards us, and so the way that we try to repay them of their dedication and loyalty to our team and our club is to go out and perform on a week in, week out basis and ultimately try to win games and hopefully win trophies. And, last year we were able to win two, and of course we fell short of MLS Cup, but that's what it's about for us. It's about trying to bring home another MLS Cup and do our best to make the city proud. All
right, I'm not going to let you off the hook though. So what happens? Another sport wins a championship, or Atlanta United wins a second cup? What happens first?
It depends when sports get back to playing, so I'm not entirely sure. But
you are so lucky there aren't sports happening right now, because I'll accept that.
Nobody can predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen in a few weeks, let alone a few months. And so, listen, it's certainly exciting when other teams in the city are successful and they're winning games and potentially winning trophies. That's what it's about. We're all sports fans at heart, and then to be able to represent this city, to see other teams in the city doing well, that's what it's all about.
And as we wrap this up here, we're seeing reports of the NBA talking about possibly taking a percentage of players' salaries away, as the uncertainty of the future kind of lingers. Has there been any discussions that you know of, or has that kind of been any possibility of that happening with MLS. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't heard anything about that, so I don't know about those conversations. What I will say is we all understand the situation of what's going on in the world. It's not just about sports players at this point. It's about the economy. It's about everybody. There's obviously job layoffs and people losing jobs and furloughs and all this sort of stuff where it's taking a heavy hit on people around the world. And from that perspective, I'm sure the league will be looking at this situation in terms of the financial side of things. But those conversations from a player standpoint haven't really taken place yet. So I'm sure, at the appropriate time, they'll be in touch with our lawyers and whatnot, if that's what's going to happen.
Hi, here are your 3 fish sandwiches. Have a supersonic day.
Thank you.
Is this Alaska pollock that we're eating?
Yes.
I know that Alaska is a very dangerous place.
Why?
First, the ostrich. Second, you mess with that ostrich.
It's Alaska, not Australia.
My man.
The fish sandwich, 100% Alaska pollock topped with creamy tartar sauce on a brioche bun, only for a limited time at Sonic. See menu for details. For a limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
All right, big shout out to Brad Guzan. Thanks for taking the time to speak with me this week. That'll do it for our podcast this week. As always, you can follow me on social media at Alex_Glaze on Twitter, at AlexGlaze on Instagram. Hey, we're all in this together. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Let's stay at home, because the sooner we do these things and take the necessary steps, the sooner we can get back to living somewhat of a normal life again, and the sooner we can have sports back, right? That's what we all want. We all want sports back. So stay safe, stay at home, and we'll see you next week.
The Look Alive podcast is sponsored by Sonic.